this on. Hello.
Hello there.
I don't know if I'm too far over this side or not. Maybe I'll bring it over here. Sorry everyone, just a slight last minute adjustment. It's all good. Can everyone hear us? Say something, Dom.
Hello. Can you hear me?
This is
yeah,
over
they can hear me.
I mean, technically there's only one person watching at the moment.
That's Vicky.
Is that Vicky? Well, anyway, good evening to anyone who's just is here. As you can see, there's a slight change to format.
I'm here tonight.
We're both in the same room, which is like rare at the moment.
Yeah, it's a bizarre thing. I thought it'd be nice. We don't normally do it, and I thought it'd be quite nice if we stream together tonight
It's a very nice surprise. Yeah. I was not expecting it myself, so I'm happy to do a little change in the old format-aroo.
Yeah. So those who are new to this doesn't normally happen. We're normally on two separate locations.
Indeed.
However, what we tend to do is we tend to do some hobby, paint some stuff, talk about bits and bobs within the gaming community and general good stuff. Yeah, we are together tonight. And also we encourage you to do the same as well. So hopefully you're all at home doing some hobby and enjoying yourself. Tonight we can talk some games played. I played a game.
You played a game.
You hobby. We can talk hobby.
You stood me up on my last game, so
very awkward. And of course we've got the painting challenge entries as well. So it's all good stuff coming up. But Tom, what are you painting tonight? I can see what you're painting.
I know.
But
you right here.
I don't know what you're painting.
Well, obviously, some of you may or may not know. We started a little league thing.
Yep.
Which we will be able to see the scores when they start coming on. But basically, it's Combat Patrol box sets only. I am doing my Sister Battle, and I think you're doing.
I'm doing World Eaters.
Yeah. So I'm just doing a bit of the Sister Battle actually. So I've got the Sisters of Repentia squad. Here's the. I always forget the leader name for this, but yeah, them and the wonderful sword wielding maniacs. Which are just ridiculous models, I will add, but looking forward to doing them. So yeah, what about yourself?
Well, tonight I am, hello Vicky and hello Inquisitor. I am painting my my Herald on Juggernaut conversion that I've got here. So part of the 83rd, and I'm doing it because I've finished Angron now, so I'm trying to get these other bits done. Yeah, what are you guys working on tonight? Hopefully you're doing something.
I hope Vicky's doing something. I mean, she's just... Yeah.
Better be doing something. You better be doing something.
You can go and tell her personally.
Yeah.
Just, get on with it. Get on with your Black Legion stuff that you're doing for the league.
Oh yeah, exactly. So yeah, I made some fantastic World Eater models, Tom. I was just talking before the stream started that the jackals are extremely fiddly. They're ridiculous, and they are chaff. So I think they've got feel no pain. But they do die pretty much instantaneously. Someone looks at them, they die.
I kind of get in the feeling that, because obviously this is the Combat Patrol for the Sisters, I kind of get in the feeling that for the Arcofagulants and Sister Pension may be of a similar nature in being killed rapidly. But we don't know really, because the Combat Patrol is supposed to be a fairly balanced play set.
Yes.
As I understand, although we've only really sort of scratched the surface of the rule set, because there's a whole rule set out for them, which is quite cool. Which I'm looking forward to sort of getting into and trying to actually be a little bit different to the standard kind of 1,500, 2,000 point games that we usually do. So I've been looking forward to sort of trying the Sisters out properly because I haven't really played them since I bought them.
Ah, right, yeah. Well, I've played a couple of games of Sisters and they are fun. I haven't played them in 10th edition yet. However, yeah, I think the small games are going to be awesome, and I'm so impressed by the World Eater kit because you get 20 berserkers.
You get 20?
20 berserkers.
I did check your picture earlier, but I wasn't quite sure.
Yeah, it's quite hard. I couldn't get them all in. 10 jackals and the Juggernaut Lord. So that's a lot of stuff. And there's enough. I did a little bit of kit bashing on the berserkers because I didn't want them to be like duplicates of the same ones.
Yes, I noticed that, especially I think in these combat sets, I think they use some of the non-posable models. Is that right?
Yeah, I think.
I know a lot of the ones I got in here were very, except for I think. Well, actually, I didn't have to put the Sisters together because I already had a squad of Sisters in the wrong colour scheme, which I have converted for this particular box set. So I figured that's probably a better use of time because we've got quite a tight timetable.
We do indeed. Yeah, and I think to be fair, I would be painting them tonight if I'd thought about it. And I am going with a different colour scheme as well. So they're not going to be classic World Eater colour, and they're not going to be the 30k World Eater colour.
Okay.
They're going with the what's known as the Brazen Beasts.
Ah, yes, I think you mentioned it. Yeah.
So it's the main body of the World Eater, or the Berserker, is going to be like a very dark bronze. It's Warlock, I think. Warlock bronze?
Warplock bronze.
Warplock bronze,
yeah.
It's really dark. And then the pauldrons and the helm are going to be a red. And
Okay,
there's going to be
that's
a
quite
gold
nice.
trim around them. So it's going to look quite cool, I think.
So the real question is that how you're going to start painting your entire World Eater army?
Yes.
So you
100%.
are you going to be converting your existing ones to that colour scheme, or are you going to be starting a brand new collection?
I will convert some of them to... So the old Berserkers, I think I'm going to sell.
Okay.
I've got a few conversions that I'm going to probably get rid of. However, things like the Defiler and Khan, I'm keeping. I'm tempted to keep Khan as he is.
You got the new Khan, haven't you?
I've got the new Khan, yeah. So I'm going to keep Khan the way he is.
I mean,
And maybe at some point put another squad of Berserkers in the classic colours. So it looks like him and a couple of others have just joined up with the
his little
warband.
retinue.
His little retinue.
Which he's
His
just,
brave few.
he just brought with him to chop up when he gets a bit bored.
Yeah, exactly. So they're in there. And Defilers I'm going to repaint as the Brazen Beasts. Because in the lore, so they are a war band in the lore. And they are very demon engine heavy.
Oh, okay. That's
So
cool.
I'm going to get the Defilers done. And also they worship this one Lord of Skulls, which they keep in the hull of their ship.
Oh, I see. So this
So
is where your
I'm
Lord
like,
of Skulls
yes,
comes in.
I get to use him and actually have a proper reason for him.
Not just like, well, this guy's been in the hole for a while.
So I'm going to repaint him as well. So he's going to, because he's been sitting there for a while. I've been thinking about it, and I think he'll look quite striking in that paint scheme.
Yeah, that sounds really cool, actually. I like the sound of that.
So yeah, so he's basically worshipped by the I think it's called like the Cage God or something like that. And I think it'd be quite fun having him, 3 Defilers, a load of Berserkers, try and chuck Angron in there on the odd occasion.
Naturally.
Yeah, and I think it'd just be a really fun list, to be honest.
No, that sounds wicked, actually. Yeah, I look forward to seeing the. Well, I know it's obviously not going to happen overnight, but there'll be a little.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, like probably with your sisters, and I think a lot of people out there as well. Once you get a kit and you go, wow, this is actually such a nice kit. I really want to paint them, and you're picturing as you do them. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
That's what I must admit. Converted that first proper squad to the red. I think made me feel so much better about them just in general. Because obviously I'm doing Bloody Rose basically for mine, it feels better. I feel like I have that connection I had when I had my original Sister Battle Armor, which is what I did them in originally. And it just feels like I did like Argent Shroud, but at the same time I'm like, nah, let's break away from. Because I think it was more forced in from me trying to tie it with my Templar army in a kind of meaningful way.
Oh yeah, of course, Argent Shroud were
the ones on the planet with them. They obviously fought in their shrine. Which is fine. But the thing is, I think it's nice to sort of break away from that and try and have a bit of difference because I must admit I wasn't enjoying painting silver and white together. There was something about the colour scheme.
I imagine it's quite a hard thing to bring together as well.
It just doesn't. I don't think it looks right. It's just something when I looked at the models I had done, I was like, well, I know this is the official colour scheme, but
you're not happy with it. Hello, Orcstar. Welcome.
Orcstar.
And Vicky is waiting for her box set of Black Legions to arrive.
Although luckily she had some Havocs, which are part of the box set already, so she started on them early.
Ah, nice.
So she's managed to sort of get cracking a little bit on that because, as I said, we've only got really August to do this. I'm sure there'll be a little bit of leeway because I suspect the first game won't happen instantaneously, but I think we're trying to use the bulk of August to get the most of it done, I think, as I understand. So that is my current target, getting these done. Well, it's not like we've got anything else going on in August, but hey.
Yeah, we like to push it occasionally. Gladiator Cadre 331. I've heard of them. Definitely heard of the Gladiator Cadre. I think that was in the Khorne Demon King Codex, maybe. I don't know. I might be wrong there, but definitely rings a bell.
Now I think I was trying to decide. I think these will all be red swords as well. Well, no.
Black
Black
swords.
black swords, I think.
It's good against demons.
Yeah, well, is that, yeah. I mean, you don't want to... And that's the one... Still have the 30k.
Yeah.
I do like the 30k World Eater scheme, though.
Yeah, it's very nice. Absolutely.
I don't think it would be particularly fun to paint from a skill level point of view.
I think it'd be quite hard.
Yeah.
And I think, from my point of view, wanting to be a slightly special snowflake, because you see so many people doing it as well, I'm like, oh, it's either that or that. It seems like there's two options.
Okay,
either classic World Eater or 30k World Eater. And I'm like, I've painted so much red. I want to break away for a little while and do something else, because otherwise I need to define them. Yeah. And the 30k one, although it looks really nice, I think painting that much white and blue might kill me. So I'm staying away from that one.
That's one of the reasons I did my red scorpions at that time, because that was quite a nice break from a lot of the colours. I mean, I know grey's quite close to black, but at the same time, it was the yellow trim and stuff, and it just gave that slightly different feel to what I normally paint, which I quite enjoyed. It's also doing the Sister Battle, and red is a complete opposite colour scheme to what I've been doing. I mean, I do use a fair bit of red on my Templars, but actually, to be fair, it's black and red as well. I don't know why I'm saying this. It's more of a primary colour of red, but I just realised all the bolters are black.
You just flipped it around.
I was like, this is just, I mean, there's enough difference. It's fine. It feels good.
I'm not judging you.
Thank you, Dom. I appreciate that. Nothing worse than people judge you about your models.
Yeah. It's your hobby, Tom. You do what you want to do.
Well, that's it. I quit.
Oh wow.
Oh, no. I'm in too deep for that.
Yeah. Too far down the rabbit hole there, mate.
Yeah.
There's no way out. So what hobby is everyone doing tonight?
Yes.
Hopefully you're all doing something amazing.
So I can see
hobby-based.
some people have dropped in now as well, which is nice. So thank you for coming to join us.
Welcome.
Please, as you can see, we are in the same room tonight. I think we would have probably played a game if I wasn't on call, actually. But sadly...
yeah, I mean, as I came in, I noticed that you've got your Death Guard out,
Indeed.
which look absolutely beautiful, Tom. It's been a while since I've seen them, so
I know. I thought that when I was because obviously for those you probably don't know, I sold my orcs. I know.
We tried to talk them out of it last week.
To someone who's actually on the chat, Andy, I say very kindly bought them off me. I mean, he spent money on them, which was cool. But it was nice to give them to someone who I know will probably actually get some good use out of them. Because I came because basically just outside this door here, which you can't see, I have some shelving units and stuff, and I found that certain armies recently I've been walking past and going, am I ever gonna get on with doing these? Am I gonna sort of paint them? Am I gonna play with them? And you know what, the orcs never really had that kind of tug.
They didn't call out to you.
No, I think I mean, to be brutally honest, one of the reasons I did buy them at the time was because we were going through a phase of trying to make sure we had lots of different armies to play on the channel.
Had lots of use.
Yeah.
Well done, Andy.
Yeah. To try and play the stuff that we hadn't played, and then I thought I don't think I'm going to get the time to really put the love and effort required to make an orc army good.
Yeah.
Because I'd say getting rid of them for me seemed like a good financial and hobby load decision.
Yeah.
So now I've got a slightly bit more focus as well, because I'm not constantly looking at it and going, I better go on with them. Because you do feel guilty, actually, I find sometimes, when you look at an army you haven't touched for a while.
Well, I had that one look at my guard. I haven't played my guard for a long time. But then I missed out on them on 9th because I saw the Codex coming and I was like, it's the end of 9th edition.
Yeah.
I'm not investing in them now.
Yeah,
all the new models are out. And I think if I get back into my guard, I want to invest a bit financially into them as well and get some of the new models. Because after seeing them a couple of times at events, the new models are absolutely beautiful.
You've got to get one of them new tanks.
Yeah, the new tanks, but just the new infantry models.
I know, the infantry.
Oh,
I must admit,
God,
if I did do guard again, I would probably actually, instead of doing a heavy metal one, I think I would actually try and do almost a pure infantry one, because that's quite different from what I normally do, I think. But no, I don't think I'll be going back to guard. It never really resonated with me, I think.
No.
I enjoyed the concept and I love the idea of guards. So because I love reading the stories about them, but actually playing them, it's not really
not what you want.
Not really my style of play or model skill. So I do like my power armor.
You do like your power armor. So Andy's putting your orcs to good use. Friendly neighbourhood Inquisitor. I'm at work. But when I get in, repainting the Brutalis,
Brutalis, yeah.
I'm sending off my Space Marine.
Yeah, I saw
chapter.
I saw your post actually for the your salamander. It looks lovely. I hope someone gives you a good price for them.
So Tom, here's a topic: Legend Space Marine units.
Oh, you want to kick me off, do you?
Yeah. So how's it going with your Space Marine collection right now?
Okay, actually, the ones that they legendified recently,
Yep.
as in like the land speeders and the
Assault
original
Marine,
bikes.
Anything that's fast.
Yeah, it was basically most
Zoomed off.
But I'm actually like the storm land speeders don't really care.
Yeah.
I mean, I never really. I had 3 for my Templar army, and I never really used them.
And you had the Storms?
I had land speed for the Scorpions, which again haven't really saw the light of day for a long time.
Yep.
Hello. Hope you can't all hear that, guys.
Biker mice and Mothra.
I was a bit disappointed by the Hunter because I don't think I actually ever used. I don't think I ever used it in a game. However, I can understand that one because I mean, when you look at the concept for that unit was about anti-air.
Yes.
And I mean, the amount of times you bought flyers against me in games we played was probably only an Apocalypse game.
The thing is, flyers haven't been a threat for such a long time, and to have a vehicle dedicated for anti-fly, it's a bit like the Hydra. It's like, when do you ever see a Hydra? You don't see.
I love that model as well. The
yeah,
Hydra
so
looks awesome.
Yeah, unfortunately, it makes sense that it's gone, which is a shame because I do love that model.
I mean, obviously, the only thing that I do like is they have basically said because they, I think. What you got to remember is that, like, for instance, if you take the Outriders,
yes,
it's not Primaris Outriders.
No,
they've made it. They've left the door open for anyone who wants to say these bikes are Outriders. Not a problem. I think that was a sensible move. So there's probably a lot of people out there very upset about it, but actually they've left the door open for you to use models that you do have as those units. Because
you could say that your firstborn Space Marines have been given an upgrade.
Yes.
There you go.
I think that's a very fair comment, to be fair. And I'm not. I think a lot of people won't like it particularly, that much. But at the same time, I think the range was too big anyway. It's huge. You look at that book and the index cards. I mean, the index cards are twice the size of every other released index card set. It's madness. And they haven't even taken out that much from the grand scheme thing. I think it was about 10 units. I think it was in the end. Probably about 10. Yeah, I think it was about 10 units. Now, if we carry on with the concept of legends, the ones that have annoyed me are the Red Scorpion ones.
Okay.
Because obviously Cullen's been it's
been cold.
Yeah, he has. And
Cullen's been cold.
I was a bit. I wasn't. Well, I can't say I'm surprised, to be honest, because that would be a total lie. I mean, ultimately, he was a forge-rail model and a member of a chapter that basically, for the last probably 6 years or so, has been gradually sort of all the kits have gone out of not being sold anymore. You can't get hold of certain set. Most of the stuff's disappeared, which was a shame because I think actually the Red Scorpion chapter had a pretty cool history within the 40k universe. It was one of the ones that, because normally you have to go back to 30k to find those cool stories.
Yeah, I think they were very popular, and I think they still are popular.
Yes.
I mean, you're not going to see the special models anymore, unfortunately, unless you use certain ones representing maybe. Yeah. But yeah, it's a shame, isn't it, really? Because it was a nice bit of flavour, a nice bit of difference. For me, I'm going to flip it around the other way, Tom.
Oh, okay.
So back in 9th edition, they made my whole collection of Renegades and Heretics.
Okay.
Legend.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and we talked about this the other day on the stream, I think, and I said that obviously 10th edition, they're not going to have anything; they're just gone. However, the Legend rules have come out for them, and looking at the Legend rules, some of them are quite cool. So I was like, actually, I'll tell you what, and they interact more with with actually some Chaos Space Marine units.
Yes. Okay.
So it's quite nice that they're still there. Although I'd never take them, and can never take them to a tournament unless you have a tournament that has legend rules, whatever. But it means when we have apocalypse games,
100%,
or narrative games, I now have the rule set available to play those units that I thought were completely gone, including my Minotaur, which is
the Minotaur. I was very
yes.
happy. Yes. I think the only thing I would ever worry about is that if and when, obviously, the next big iteration drops, will they be seeded out of the existing Legends Codex?
Who knows?
And that's where I think I would. But then also, you could equally say that by then they may introduce stuff back in for Renegades and Heretics.
Yeah.
So there's two sides to that coin, and it's just a question of what you, I suppose, want to believe more.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, with a lot of the Renegades and Heretics, if push comes to shove, I can use them as traitor guard or like a brood brother thing for Gene Stealer cults.
Yeah, okay.
But you're right, they might come back as a proper traitor guard army, because you're already kind of seeing them with Kill Team. They've got some stuff coming out, so they still could come back. And then you can
and most of the Chaos armies tend to have some bog standard, differently named infantry unit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like Jackals and
exactly. And I think it's going to be quite interesting. The only thing that might be going against them is obviously the legend stuff won't get a codex. So as the codex creep kicks in, all the legend units are going to be left way behind.
What do you mean creeps in? It's never going to happen. I was very happy I got back my Ram.
Yep.
Because that had no rules at all. You couldn't use that at all.
It's back.
And that's awesome. So that gives me a bit of hope that they will keep the legends rolling.
Yeah, I think
over
they should.
Editions, and maybe they'll just get reviewed when a new thing comes out and get brought into that kind of.
Yeah.
It really does depend on how much they change the data slates each edition.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this time we've had a big upheaval.
Definitely.
You know, there's lots of stuff that's been ripped out and changed around. So you couldn't. So we obviously agreed that you couldn't get an old one and convert it easily. You'd have to come up with some pretty good reasons for it. And that's also Dreadnoughts for Space Marines had a bit of a rough time.
Of course, yeah.
Because they've all been
Ironclad's gone.
Yeah, Ironclad's gone. That was the other one. Yeah. Obviously.
So how much do you reckon has gone from your collection into Legends? And it's not as if it's like you don't really play that many tournaments.
No.
So it
doesn't bother me that much.
No.
It's ultimately I know that if I said to you, let's have a game, you wouldn't care.
I wouldn't.
And neither would I.
And I don't think most people would care.
No, because we're just trying to have a fun game, and sometimes it's. I mean, the Dreadnought wise, I think the other ones to remember is like the Leviathan technically is no longer competitive play either.
Yep.
That's been dropped to Legend/Horus Heresy.
Yep.
The Relic Contemptor is another one.
Yep, that's
gone. So, which is sad.
Ironclad. Venerable, is that gone?
I don't think the Venerable's gone. I don't think I saw that gone, but we can check in a bit or whatever. I'm not devastated. I mean, it's a bit upsetting, but because I always know that I can play them if I want to, it doesn't really bother me at the moment.
Yeah,
so
exactly. It's not really a problem.
I
mean, it does take, like, for me, when I've had Chaos Lords, like, for instance, the Vulture, and he goes Legends, you're like...
That sucks, yeah.
It is a bit rubbish, because it takes a bit away from him.
Yes.
That you can use him, like, it's almost that conversation beforehand. Oh, you mind if I take him? And everyone goes, yes, it's fine. But you then have to have the conversation before you bring him. It makes sense.
And then when he beats everyone, you go, oh, it's just because he's legend.
Yeah, it's because he's legend.
His rules aren't fair.
I think you find his rules are amazing. But yeah, I mean, you've lost, like, legend-wise, you've lost some. But like you said, you still got the rules. It doesn't matter.
In the arenas I tend to play, I mean, I think we were just talking about potentially going to a tournament soon. I think in October, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Which is looking cool.
We are, yes.
Yes. So
the Meta Toad, maybe.
The Meta Toad, which I'm looking forward to sort of trying out. Probably a Black Templar competitive list on description. I've been sort of mulling over ones. I've got to get a bit more practice in, but it's a very different style of play to what you might play with a couple of people doing whatever. So
Squid Boys, fun models, nice. They do look cool models, Andy. So Tom, shall we move on to the painting challenge?
We certainly can,
because we've got some cool models.
People.
So
this up and get this out of the way for a second.
Yep.
I don't want to
leave your bits aside. So the painting challenge, basically, guys, was we set a challenge this month. So if you're not part of Discord, we'll chuck a link in a second, and feel free to join. We do like a painting challenge once a month, or quite frequently. And this time it was to paint something. You're just going to put your
I almost did.
paintbrush by tea. Paint something that was out of your comfort area.
Yes.
So, like, myself and Tom, we did a little game. We both nominated colours for each other to do. And basically, we've achieved it, I think, Tom.
Oh, yeah, I think we're all we're good. I mean, should we start with R2?
Let's do R2 first.
Not to blow our own trumpets.
No, because we've tried and
it doesn't work. So here's Dom's.
Here's my model.
Which is, I should probably put it on the screen as well. There we go.
Boom. So Tom asked me to paint something blue and purple, and it was a Chaos Space Marine.
I mean, I wasn't expecting anything else, to be fair.
It was going to be a Chaos Space Marine. So actually, initially I was a bit put out that I had to do a Chaos Space Marine that I'm going to lose from the 83rd. But a nice little story is that myself and my youngest were playing in the studio, and she picked up said Chaos Space Marine and she was playing with it. And I was like, Robin, would you like me to paint this Chaos Space Marine? And she went, yes, Daddy, I would. And I said, do you want me to paint it purple? She said, yes. So, this is for the entry, and then this model goes on to my youngest so she can play with old... I can't remember, she named him as well, but I'll put
I was going to say, did you get a name?
There was a name, yeah. Basically, the game revolved around him living in a house with a Necron Plasmancer, a guard,
what a lovely relationship.
veteran, and there was an evil Necron Royal Warden attacking the house, and there you go. That's the story.
Sounds pretty cool to me.
It sounds like a good story, yeah. The Black Library novel right there. So that's my one anyway. So yes, purple and blue. Not normally ones I do in excess, but there you go.
And likewise, this is a colour set that I have not done for a while. Oh, hello, that's a bit bigger than I anticipated. Let's give that a slightly... Oh, Christ. I think I took that at a very high resolution. There we go. Oh, just realised I've got a bit of a cracked base there. I had to sort that out.
Oh, dear, Tom.
Yeah,
you do.
Yeah.
So, Tom, do you want to talk about your work?
This is a green scorpion.
A green scorpion.
As you can see with the shoulder pad, I thought I'll keep the red, because this was a model I was going to use for red scorpions, but actually I realised I had a lot of lieutenants, and I thought, you know what, I don't need another one.
No, no one needs another lieutenant.
So I thought, actually, let's get this done. And yes, this was moot green, which I think we kind of roughly decided on, but with some other greens as well. Some green. I used some green wash. I used some moot green. I used what was the other one? I always forget the. War Boss green I based in, that was it, and then gave it a good version, and I basically dry brushed and edge highlighted in places on that. I thought I'd try Bone Eagle as well, just to sort of
it looks
different.
Cool.
I thought it was a nicer contrast than the silver.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was a nice little experiment. I don't think I would choose that as a colour scheme, personally.
That's the thing, like my one, I quite liked it.
I actually like your one as well. I was going to say, I could actually see you doing a little...
Yeah, I quite liked him. He turned out quite nicely.
I think that would be a really cool, like an Emperor's Children offshoot chapter.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Squad. I think that would be quite cool, man.
It's kind of between Emperor's Children and like Thousand Suns, because I was in my mind, I was like, oh, they haven't picked a side. Maybe it's Slaanesh, maybe it's Tzeentch. Who knows?
Yeah, great backstory for them.
Yeah, I know. Maybe I'll write that up. I'll pop it up on Insta with a little background.
The backstory of mine is that he fell in a vat of acid and it dyed his armour green. There you go.
Nice. Has he got his helm with him?
He does. It's on his back and it's painted, don't we?
Let's have a little look. I get to see him in person. Oh, that's very cool. Yeah.
I did do the back. I should have taken as well. It's difficult with the photos because there's so many angles, and it's just I don't want to overburden the stream.
Yeah.
But no, I was happy with it. It was good. It worked out nicely. It was a good. It was a nice break from other things that I've been doing. I found it gave me a nice head cleanse for when I just started doing all my sister's stuff. It was like going from green to red. It was, I'll kind of...
Yeah, it's a nice change,
it's weird,
isn't it?
Yeah. It's a weird thing when you do it because you're like, oh, this is very different.
You have to think about a bit more about the colours that you're using. For instance, like with the my guy with the purples, I was like, how am I going to do this? What wash am I going to use? I've got a purple wash. I'm not going to use Agrax on him. I want something a bit tidier.
Well, yeah, luckily I had the Belltown Green.
Yeah,
which is actually what I used for my orcs because Andy, who is in chat, asked me what my colour scheme for my orcs was, so he could kind of match it a little bit.
Oh, nice.
And luckily, I remembered most of it because it was quite simple. It was basically, I think it was a moot green base washed with that and then re-highlighted with moot green because it works quite nicely.
Yeah, no, it looks good.
But what I realised with my greens is I needed one more mid shade.
Ah, right.
And
Okay.
I didn't have one. I tried some various like this Cybite green, but it was the wrong hue. It just didn't go with the model. So I was trying to think, I wanted one more highlight.
Yeah.
But I didn't. It was just like no. So in the end, I just went with what I had, and it came out fine. So anyway.
Yeah. I mean, for my guy, like I painted him in probably 24 hours.
Yes, roughly
that, and he's only got 2 shades of blue, 2 shades of purple, and a bit of washing on him.
Works.
And I just realised I probably drag my heels a bit sometimes painting the word bearers, and I was like, actually, well, I can need to. I got them done quite quickly.
No. But that's actually a really good observation actually, because I think when you do a new model like that one, you're like, oh, I've got to get it done, and at the same time, I'm like, oh, I don't really super care. I mean, I did care, I wasn't going to slap it on and go, well, that's all right. But I was kind of at the point where I was like, oh, kind of, it's new anyway. I'm going to work through it. And actually, you kind of realise that yes, sometimes you do kind of go, maybe I could just cut a little bit of the edge highlight.
Just do something a bit different.
As a whole, it looks great.
Yeah,
No one when you go and play them is picking up every single one of your models, going, that one's not very good.
No. I mean, to be fair, I look quite close at models, and I think sometimes I probably care more about other people's models than they do. I've definitely seen it in people's faces when I'm like, oh yeah, that looks really good, and they're just like, made to play a game.
Can we just play?
Can we just do the game?
Yeah,
instead of like,
stop drawing attention to my mod painting. I'm very embarrassed.
Yeah, but all commission painted. Anyway, well done, you and me.
Yeah.
Clap, 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 clap. Well done.
Yeah. So anyway, now on to the entries that matter, your ones.
Yeah.
Now, just a slight. Actually, I will just quickly check that no one updated their entry because
I've had that before.
So just as a slight backstory, guys, we had, I think there was a couple of people that intended to enter but maybe didn't finish. But when we looked at what they'd done, it was kind of like, that's good enough for us to see the difference in the painting method. Mm-hmm. So we decided to include a couple of ones that maybe they hadn't officially entered, but they were in the chat as a progression point. And so first of all, we'll have Aaron's entry. So sorry, Aaron, if you didn't want us to show this, I do apologise. We'll take it down. I'll blur it out if you really want us to. But you were working on this, and to be fair, he said it's not finished. And when I look at it, I'm like, I'd be quite happy.
Oh,
with
the base trim.
The base, yeah.
The base trim. You didn't do the base trim.
Yeah.
Nice.
But it's funny how some people have very different levels of sort of. To me, that looks great.
That looks amazing. He's done such a good job with the is that a dress or like a robe at the back or something? Or like I can't think what they're called, but a back of a dress kind of thing coming down. But yeah, that looks really nice. Nice bit of use of the depth and And
I suspect you were probably going to start working more on some of the glow on the colours. I suspect, if I know Aaron, because he did those glowy eyes on his orbs. So I can see he was building up some of that around the eyes and on the orb. I assume they're orbs in the hands. Either they've got, I don't know, copper balls attached to their fists.
Maybe. I mean, that happens. Common practice.
Anyway, well done, Aaron.
Well done, Aaron. Good job. Clap, 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 clap.
Okay. So next up, speaking of Andy, who's actually just saying in chat his style. This is actually his.
It's all about Andy.
His.
Is Tyranids.
Yes.
Now, are these the thingy leapers?
They look like the Death Leapers.
No, not the Death Leapers.
The other ones.
What are they called, people? Begins with V. Thingy leapers. You get in the box set.
I can't remember. When they named after the place they
on,
the
planet
they were named after Gaston
something.
Leapers or something.
Von Ryan's Leapers.
Von Ryan's Leapers. There we go. Von Ryan's Leapers.
There we go. We've got everyone say it. Von Ryan's Leapers.
Von Ryan's Leapers.
The Von Ryan's Leapers.
But yeah, I mean, they look pretty cool.
They do. I mean, they look pretty good.
They
look really good.
I'm even going to let you off the wet bases. So
yeah, the moist bases that you sent in.
Because it's not like I've never done that before.
Yeah, I mean, chipped old base you sent in. But no, really good, Andy. I know, it's a bit different to what you were doing, and like you said, you dry brushing on the chitin there. It looks really nice. It's popped quite well, especially on the raised kind of talons that are going over.
I think you got the lighting from the picture pretty good for this photo as well. To be fair, it catches it very nicely, and and I like the tendrils on the mouth as well. They've come out really nice, and the little yellow eyes.
I think the nice thing about the Tyranid models, I think they are probably a pleasure to paint when it comes to doing the armour, because if you enjoy a bit of dry brushing or a bit of edge highlighting, those armour plates are just going to be ideal for it.
It's nice because it's a good surface area, and you don't have to worry as much about maybe edge highlighting the whole lot because it's just about catching the raised areas.
Yeah,
so
absolutely,
which is pretty cool. Anyway, well done, Andy.
Well done, Andy. Round of applause.
Next up,
round of applause.
we have an entry from Friendly Neighbourhood Inquisitor.
Oh, that guy.
So we have a apothecary.
Apothecary of the Premier
in
State.
pristine white.
Look at him.
That is like proper. This is the Biogulus one. So
Yep.
it's in the slightly tougher armour, which I actually thought was. I think I made a mistake playing with you in the game because I thought there was only that entry for the apothecary. And actually, this is the one in the thicker armour set.
Yeah.
So
Because he does boosts, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Boosts
he's the one who boosts
ability.
the weapon abilities for but for eradicators and stuff like that. So, but yes.
I mean, that's. I think like an apothecary in pure white armour kind of has got like links with a painter and decorator who has spotless overalls. You're like, are you really good at your job and you don't get any on you, or are you really bad because you're not involved in any way?
He's like, ooh, Terry, that's bad.
Yeah.
I'll come back a bit later.
Maybe this apothecary is the king of delegation.
He does it with his gun. He said, sort that.
Yeah.
Sort him out.
I'm afraid there's no cure. Bam!
He's a horse hospital apothecary.
Yeah. Or maybe gets his little servitors to do stuff.
But the comments I'll make on that, really, really clean white. Honestly, white is a really tough colour to get pristine. And some people like to go for that kind of dirtier white or the.
Yeah.
I mean, I quite like the off-white myself. And also the base came out very nicely on that as well. It's got a very nice kind of. I don't know, it's that red.
I mean, I can't really, but the white looks so clean.
Yeah.
As in, like, there's no streaking on it. It looks pretty
solidly.
pretty solid. So yeah, I mean, that's an achievement in itself.
Yeah. So well done with that.
But yeah, that's really good. Hopefully, he will do your Marines justice.
Help those things keep shooting harder.
Keep shooting, yeah. It's like the opposite of an apothecary, really, aren't they?
Yeah,
Yeah, just keep killing. It's fine. I love killing.
I love killing. That's my job.
I'll sign you up.
It's like healing. No.
Yeah. I hate Gene Seed. I just stamp.
That's
on it
not
all the
what's in
time.
here. I've just got beer.
Yeah.
It's a beer cooler.
Yeah.
It's
Fine. It helps. Gives people a good buzz.
But anyway, yes.
Well done,
Well done.
Mr. Inquisitor.
FNI.
Yeah, FNI. Right. Well done. Clap, 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 clap.
If he was a real doctor, his name would be Kevorkian.
There you go.
There we go. Excellent. Next up, we have another NID entry. This is from Gavin, who I don't think is around at the moment, but
I haven't seen him on the chat tonight.
no, he specifically said, I think, was that he did a different technique on the claws.
Using contrast.
Using
I think it's the first time he's used contrast, actually.
Contrast paint.
Yeah, so it's the Screamer Killer. I know this much.
Yeah.
Because, of course, we played with them and we
did.
went to Warhammer Fest. And, yeah, I mean, what we were kind of saying earlier about Andy and the armour, because obviously we've seen Gavin's army, I think, on the channel before. Definitely seen it on the tabletop for a couple of turns. And, yeah, I mean, it's a lovely paint scheme, and this new model really just suits it quite nicely. Lots of like depth with the colour, and yeah, I think a really good job, and well done with using
Contrast.
Yes. I'm looking at contrast myself at the moment, actually.
Yeah.
For my jackals, I want to do the flesh and contrast.
You're trying to cut down the paint
Yeah, I
time.
do.
I don't blame you too.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to bring up a slightly controversial topic here. I do think the tail placement is a slightly odd choice for the model.
No.
You
It's
think
like, I'm going to give you a cuddle, and then we're going to talk about whatever pops up. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, Screamer Killers, maybe.
Yeah.
That's the scream comes first.
That's it. Yeah. Death through snoo.
Jesus.
Well done, Gavin. Awesome looking model.
Yes, well
honestly,
done.
yeah, I love all of that. That's a great stuff. Yeah, so well done, sir. Cup.
Right, and now we have one final one. Again, this is I Orcs Drift. I think you were there. Apologies, I have entered this for you because I thought you put quite a lot of effort into this orange and white scheme, even if it wasn't finished. And if you have sent me a finished one, I couldn't see it, so apologies. But yes,
wow, I love that. I think
Stealth suit orange is very cool.
Goes up, yeah. That's like throwing it in someone's face. Look how stealthy I am. Look at my armor.
That's how I wanted my orange to look when I did my orange army, but failed horribly.
I don't know even where I'd start with orange, to be honest. But it's so vibrant. I love that.
Oh dear. Right.
Okay, I'll find it all.
Okay, so
give me a minute. Technology.
Dom. By the way, guys, just for future reference, all you need to do is put it in the monthly painting challenge Discord chat, and I will filter them out just before the stream if you do want to not risk sort of sending it to one of us, because we do occasionally miss things. I've done this now, and now Dom's done it. So
yep, hang on, I've got a decent one here that
so Dom's going to hopefully send it to my WhatsApp.
Yep, one moment. So, because this is actually quite good, Orkster, which I don't think anyone did, not even myself. 1 second. Just sending it over now. Because
yes, that's what you mean.
Orkster has done this picture, that's going to come up in a second, to show the difference of his normal paint style to what he's done here. So hang on 1 second. Tom's working his IT magic. Teeny tiny. There you go. So we all know Orkster for his Ultramarines, but as you can see here, and the base as well. Top points for the base.
Yes, that is old school basing, in my opinion.
That's beautiful basing.
So now I'm just going to quickly put a.
Yeah, I think so,
Yeah.
and I think it's one of those things that you just try to do something a bit different, and 100% this is like paid off. I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that all our entries? I think. Now,
that is. I think I'm going to give everyone just a couple of seconds.
Yeah, all think about
just in case Dom has forgotten other ones that have been sent to him, because he's.
I will just check.
He is, by the way, he is notoriously terrible for replying to anything. Just for the record, everyone. All right.
All right, hang on. No. That's the only one. Right. So everybody, hopefully, in fact, everyone, just put your favourites in the.
You should give him a round of applause as well.
Yeah. Well done, Orkster.
Yeah. Put your.
Which one did you like? There was a few entries tonight. Some very nice ones. My personal favourite was the blue and purple Chaos Space Marine.
I see. I mean, we can all get excited about our own pieces of work, can't we?
We could. And I think we should, actually. We should all take pride in the models we do. My ones. Yeah, Chaos Space Marine. Good choice. Right. Before we go on to our next little topic, I think the winner tonight, Thomas. Yep. Mm-hmm. Is well
done, Orkster.
Orkster. Like we're saying, that orange is very vibrant, and yeah, it's just a lovely paint scheme, and I think as a stealth suit, that's just brilliant. I like that model. Thank you very much for sharing that with us, Orkster.
And it's very nice to see the contrast between where you come from to where you were trying to get to from a point of view of because that is literally like 12.
Yeah, we should have thought about that really in our photos. That would have made sense.
You know, that's just the way it rolls sometimes. And so, I mean, have we even got another challenge yet? I don't think we've kind of had a chat about that yet, have we?
No, we haven't had a chat.
I mean, what we could do, we can have a think about it.
Oh, actually, I'll tell you what, Tom.
Oh, you've got something. But anyway, first of all, well done, Orkster.
Yeah, Orkster. So, everyone, round of applause.
Okay.
It's quite fitting for this challenge because we're both in the same room together.
Oh.
And I think what we should do is it should be Battle Brothers as the next theme.
Okay.
So it should be two models that fight side by side. Can be anything.
Do you want to do unlikely Battle Brothers?
Could be
any
Battle Brothers.
We've done that one before.
We've done Battle Brothers.
Yes.
It could be anything.
Yes.
Could be a snake bite boy on a boar. Could be anything. So it's for Battle Brothers.
And make sense, Battle Brothers?
Make sense, Battle Brothers.
Okay,
Yeah,
so there has to be some kind of thematic reason these two are working together.
Absolutely.
And I'll put this all up in Discord when we're done, by the way, guys. So I'll make it clearer in a very laid out fashion as I normally do.
I think definitely encourage it because, like, for instance, we don't take part in all the painting challenges.
No.
However, like I said, I painted him in 24 hours and I actually really like him. So I would encourage anyone to just give it a go because you might find yourself either thinking of a new warband, army,
I'll tell you what we
squad.
should do for this one.
What's that?
We should paint our own half of the brothers each.
Oh yeah, we could do that.
Have
Yeah,
that as a,
we'll work something out.
we'll pick something.
Yeah, we've got armies that combine
Yes.
together. I think on two.
Your choice.
Yeah.
I think your choice. If you want to have a crack at doing it on the same base, like then one shielding one,
Yeah.
and whatever, that's cool. Or just do it on two. Just it doesn't have to be two separate models. It just has to represent two models. So if it's on one base with two models on it, that's cool.
Yep.
Or two separate things, or you could do a mini diorama if you want.
Yeah.
With two things on it.
We'll think of something as well.
Yeah, I think we'll
enter again.
We'll do it again because actually, one model for each of us added on to what we're currently doing probably can just about.
Yeah, we'll probably cape that.
We'll take it camping. We'll do painting camping.
Yeah, we'll get it done. We'll do it. But yes, so guys, we'll pop. There's a link in Discord already there. So it is Battle Brothers, which will be the
This
theme.
is the Discord. If you're not with us, click the link, join it. I'll preview entry, etc. And then there is a channel inside called Monthly Painting Challenge where I will pin the current challenge, which it's just looking at the dates here quickly. Let's have a quick check. So it looks like the 5th of September is the end date for this one.
Yep.
That's the first week of September on the Tuesday. But we'll remind you obviously, and we'll put the thing up in Discord just so it's very clear.
And you got a month, guys. It's like it's two
Honestly,
models.
it's easy.
Yeah, and you should all be doing this.
It's not like me and Dom used the whole month.
Yeah, we definitely did not.
What? I don't know, Vicky. They're not really brothers.
Yeah,
Once upon a time, they might have been.
They're quite against each other in some
To be
ways.
fair, if you could pick the most polar opposite,
Yeah,
that could be the next one. We'll do the most polar opposite
yeah.
people in the
Yeah,
situation. They need to
exactly.
help each other.
yeah. Swarm of nids heading towards them. They got hold out. So there we go. Hopefully you'll all take part. I think have a little brainstorm tonight. Think about what you want to do, and go to town on it.
That also opens up just as another thing as an option for another painting house. It almost opens up options to maybe pair a couple of painters together to do a joint project.
Yeah.
From remote as a little collab.
Yeah, that could be quite
Which is
interesting.
quite
yeah.
cool.
Send models to each other. I've seen that happen before.
Or we could do a Black Toad collab where we all contribute to a theme and everyone supplies it and then we put them together. But it's another option. But
think about it. We'll put it in the Discord. We can discuss it and see what people are.
Because we won't be doing another year-long challenge. That didn't work. We admit that.
It wasn't the best, but people actually, to be fair, people still had some amazing models.
Oh yeah,
it,
100%. Yeah, no. Okay. We still had some brilliant entries at the end of it. So I'm not.
Anyway, I played a game the other day.
Did you?
I did. I played my word bearers against Paul. He brought his Emperor's Children army, maybe. I don't know if it's Emperor's Children or Red Corsair. It was like a hybrid
army,
chaos army,
okay.
and it was a lot of fun. We basically did 2,000 points. I played my tournament list that I didn't play because I had cancelled last time.
Oh yes,
So they were just sitting in the box waiting. And I think Paul said he's going up to Warhammer World in a couple of weeks, in a couple of months for an event up there. So he's like, I'm going to give it a go, see how this works out. He hasn't played much Tim. Yeah.
It's been a long time.
And it was a very fun game. But my Chaos Predators, as always, sometimes I'm like, are Chaos Predators a good idea or are they a bad idea? A first shot of the game just took out a Vindicator straight away. I was like, yes!
Now,
here we go, we've done it again.
Want to piss on your bonfire. I think they're going to get nerfed.
They're not going to get nerfed.
They're going to get nerfed.
And maybe they'll have a points hike.
A points hike, actually, to be fair, I think...
They're not going to get a nerf. They'll get a points hike because stat-wise they're not amazing.
I think the way I would look at it, it will depend on, when it goes to Codex, will they reintroduce points for the weaponry?
Maybe.
That'll be the...
I'm really lucky they don't.
I completely agree. I think it's great they just give a model cost.
Yeah.
Because most models have a type, so there's Destructor and Annihilator, obviously, which is the two different Predators.
Yep.
Awesome. But we all know how competitive play works. Sometimes they like to have the finessing of points. So
yeah, possibly. It'd be interesting. I kind of think they won't do it, but I wouldn't be surprised if they do. But yeah, so it was good. The Vindicator blew up straight away. And then my Chaos Vindicator. So Paul brought 2 Vindicators, 2 squads of Possessed.
Oh, Possessed.
Ugh, a lot of Possessed. And basically it's just whole hybrid Chaos army, which is really cool to see actually. A lot of different units going in there. Started off pretty well. And by the end of the turn 4, I think Paul threw in the towel. His forces, he had his master possession left on the middle objective.
Casualty wise,
yeah. I think the final score was probably, it would have worked out of 92 something to 50. It was
okay.
You know, it was quite hard because obviously you're doing the random of secondaries, and it is hard because it's just the luck of the draw a lot of the times. Chaos Predator killed my Swarm Lord in 1 round of shooting. Yes, Andy, Chaos Predators all the way.
They are good. I can't. Yeah, I don't see many bad sides to them. So, but I actually saw as an example, because obviously I don't know if Vicky told you she played Daryl a couple of weekends ago, and she used her Predator Destructor and took out an entire squad of Hellblasters with 1 round of shooting from the main cannon.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that is pretty brutal.
Rapid fire Destructor cannon, because it's rapid fire 2, not heavy anymore.
Yeah,
and the Predator obviously gets to re-roll. If you stay still, I think it is, you get +1 to hit if you stay still.
If it was heavy, it's not heavy anymore.
I'm thinking the Predator, it's got a rule which I can't remember.
No, most of them have it. So the
that's right. She gave them Oath of Moment.
Oh, okay.
On them, so that may
re-roll
hits and wounds.
I was going to say because the Chaos Predator, the las cannon ones re-roll 1 on the damage.
Yeah.
So that kind of kicks in quite nicely sometimes, especially with the +1 damage as well. You can do a fair bit of
You can
damage.
stack it up, yeah.
Here's a rules lawyer. I disagree. I don't mind a flat cost for a unit, but I think a weapons locker cost that gives access to any and all upgrades. Yeah, I think it could be.
The only rules are, I mean, obviously, this is the perfect name for this particular subject, rules lawyer as well, by the way. I agree with that. However, I only agree with it if everyone's subject to the same rule. But if everyone's subject to the same rule in the other way, the fact that all the stuff is free, everyone gets everything for free anyway. So I don't know. It's a difficult subject actually. I do 100% get both points of view. I think there is something to be said for some, but I think in the previous 9th edition, I think sometimes there was so much list building where you're just like trying to chip off.
Yeah.
5 points.
So straightforward at the moment.
2 points here,
I can't
because you always
praise it enough.
Because you always search for that perfect number.
Yeah. If I take those weapons off there, can I get another unit in? Do I want to spend units on that points on that precisely. Units weapons?
And 5 points could mean quite a lot of a difference if you went 5 points over. Because it means that 200 point unit that made you 5 points over you can't take. So you have to drop it back, but then you think, I can't fit. Yeah, but I think there's plenty of. Oh yes, the Lancer Destroyer. Yes, that was also the Dreadnought in 1 shot. Yeah, that was pretty horrendous actually. Those things are good. But yeah, I mean,
we'll see what happens. Like the new codex.
Until we get a codex come out, we don't know anything. Quite frankly, if they drop the cards, that will be, in my opinion, one of the more disappointing things they do as well. I'd not necessarily I'm going to buy the cards because actually the app's absolutely fine for me playing it. I almost regret printing all those cards for us, in fact, actually.
Yeah, I mean, that's the problem. We didn't know the app would be so good, and they're fine-tuning it, and it's just, like, people like Battle Scribes updated. I'm not touching
Battle Scribes.
No, I'm not touching
that. I think Battle Scribes...
I love the app. I think it's perfect.
Yeah, it works on a tablet.
It's good to look at. It's efficient. It's,
And obviously, the fact they've still included it Warhammer Plus, which now means that my Warhammer Plus subscription is now worth it.
Yes.
Because if it wasn't included in that, I probably would have cancelled it this month. Or whenever I got my next model, whatever it is, I can't remember because I've still got one.
I watched the Fulgrim.
You watched the Fulgrim?
That was not Fulgrim. Was it Fulgrim? No, Lucius.
Sorry, Lucius.
Yeah, and I really liked it. Actually, there's still a lot of good stuff on there.
Is that Hammer and Bolter?
Hammer and Bolter. Yeah.
I do actually like Hammer and Bolter as a series in general. They had a couple of
They've got some good ones and
I
bad
think
ones.
the Tyranid one was probably the one I didn't like the most, I think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the Cadian one.
Yeah,
Yeah. And there's another one of the Blood Angel one. There's another prequel one. That's
Oh, the
come up
prequel one, yes, cool.
with Death Guard. So I quite like that as well.
Oh, I haven't watched that either. I do need to.
Yeah.
I tend to, because I wouldn't say I don't purposely follow it. It's just more the fact that I tend to wait for a few of them to come out to sit and watch a few back to back because there's not really the release schedule's pretty. I'm sorry, it is pretty poor.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
There's no.
I think it's getting better, but it is pretty poor.
It's pretty
really,
poor
in the grand scheme of
considering how
things.
much it. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, obviously, we don't know what their subscriber base is at the moment, but the fact is, if the app is included with it, I think it makes it more than worth.
I think the views are going to go up.
Yeah, I think that it makes it more than worth. Yeah, so the app works great with the flat cost. List building is super easy. Yeah, I completely agree. I think they're onto a winner. I hope they don't change the format too much.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Fingers crossed. Nice.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I've thoroughly enjoyed it.
So it's been good.
I think we'll
Nice
probably
break.
do this more often. Actually.
I think we
have
should.
A nice little.
Yeah.
Yep. It's nice to have a
we
little
definitely
chit chat in person. So, guys, thank you very much for watching. It's been great fun as always. And remember, enter in the painting challenge stuff. Okay. Not asking much from you, but just paint some models. Enjoy yourself. But until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I have been Dom.
And I'm still Tom.
And we are Blacktown Studios.
And take care, and we'll see you soon. Bye.